Hello and welcome to the Boot Room with Andy and Stu, where we're looking ahead to Ipswich Town's away game at Sixfields. They're taking on Northampton on Tuesday night. Yeah, it's at the business end of the season, but it doesn't feel like Ipswich Town are in business at the moment. But 3 points in this game may just change that. Let's see if they can get it going.
Big talking point going into the game is the same as the big talking point that I gave you heading into the last game. Can Ipswich Town do an actual goal? It's now 7.5 hours of game time since they've scored. If we're including stoppage time, that goes right back to those two early goals against Bristol Rovers at home. They need to win games, and to win games, they need to score goals. So let's see if they can manage that this time out.
So in terms of team news, a source of goals has got to be a real doubt for this game. James Norwood limping out of the draw at Charlton at the weekend after just 25 minutes. It's another hamstring injury for him, Stu. He's got to be a real doubt for this one, hasn't he? Which way do you think Cook will go with his team in terms of both replacing Norwood and trying to give whoever is given that task a little bit of service to work off?
Yeah, I think there were enough positives from the performance on Saturday for it to be a reasonably similar team. A good reaction from the 3-0 defeat against AFC Wimbledon. Played some decent football in spells against Charlton. So I think it won't be wholesale changes, certainly not as many as the 5 changes which came off the back of Wimbledon. So I've only got 2 alterations in there, one of which will be the enforced change of Norwood, you would imagine, with Jackson replacing him, who was quite lively when he came on at the weekend. And I think Armando Dobra has shown in fits and starts what he's all about. So he might be one just to freshen up that attacking unit, perhaps coming in for Keenan Bennett, who continues to be a little bit hit and miss with his performances so far. But other than that, I think it could be pretty similar. What do you reckon?
We had a chat about this, and I think we're on the same page. If you look at the bottom of the screen, you can see our team scrolling across there. It's going to be 4-2-3-1 all the way for Paul Cook now. So it's up to the players now to show they can fit his system. And some of them need to do it quite quickly because there's contracts on the line and still a little bit of time to change the manager's mind. So look down there. That's the team we're going to go for. Right then, Stu. Bold, fearless prediction time. This is pointing one way. Ipswich Town can't score, and there are only 2 teams in League One who have scored fewer goals than Ipswich Town. One of them is Northampton. So what are you going to tell me? Are you going to tell me there's going to be goals galore in this game, or is it a shut-up shop job for both sides?
Sorry. We've had 4 0-0s in the last 6 games, and all the evidence suggests it could well be another. No Norwood for Ipswich. I fear that this might just be another painful nail in the coffin as this season peters out. You?
I think I'm slightly more optimistic. I didn't witness the Charlton game with my own eyes this weekend, which is maybe where some of the optimism comes from. I think they might nick this 1-0. What that does for any kind of mood or drifting promotion chances, we'll leave that for another day. Let them prove they can do it first. But I'm gonna stick my neck out and go for a 1-0 Ipswich Town win. Hopefully I'm right and you are wrong, Stuart Watson.